Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team who is rested and ready coming off a bye, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tigers offense will have the first possession of the game. When these two teams square off against each other, they know the legacies they carry, and that'll be evident in this one, guys.
Alabama-LSU is one of my favorite games each and every year because this is one of the fastest games you'll see all season. There is so much NFL first-round talent on the field every time these two teams play.
Year after year, we could go back and name so many names, but you're right. The draft is going to call them. The stakes are always high. The conference always on the line. These two teams, you know, are always squarely in the mix.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Collins. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Running it back, it's Adams. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Red pass, it's complete. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, bro. If you can't score points now, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. 3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown Tide. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
That makes the score Alabama 7, LSU 0.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Collins. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Matt, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented.
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end, quarterback held on to it way too long. That allowed the defense to catch up to him and create the takeaway.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9s.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance, and I mean you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides. You got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle, and they did right there.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. He'll take it himself. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Time to take a shot. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Looking downfield, it's Collins. He finds his man. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The Tigers headed quickly to the line.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Handoff to the lone back. Hard running there. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Fighting off the defender. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. They largely dominated the 1st quarter and built a nice lead to get started. 1st down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. Dropping back, it's Collins. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand.
And that kind of toughness is something you can't coach in quarterbacks. You either have it or you don't. Being able to deliver strikes like that for touchdowns when you know you are going to get absolutely popped, man, it is hard to find QBs like that. This offense has one.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Notre Dame is trailing right now, but they are not out of this. I remember Rocket Ismail wake up the echoes all by himself. Let's see if this group can come back. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Florida State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. On the option. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Caught behind the line. It's Daniels. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. Hauls it in. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of this QB. He's got a lot to focus on with the pass game and all the different types of runs that they have in their playbook. But on that play there, that pre-snap look told me to hand it off.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up fourth.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no...
And the ball's on the ground. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Touchdown, Tigers! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, eyes get big as saucers, go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Offense set on first down. The give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Gets away from one. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Now they're going to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. He's going to run it. Finds a crease at the 20. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. Looking to throw. It's Milroe. Feeling some heat. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job this Monday night.
Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Daniels. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. He's looking to throw it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. The quick out. Bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And the wide receivers have to understand what part of the field they're on. I got to make sure I have enough space when I run those out routes. And when I break, I can catch the football and try to get upfield, get a few more yards. He runs out of space, but he got the catch.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. The Tigers will have it 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Lacy. The offense will quickly use the timeout.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a loop.
Offenses should focus on their guys and making sure so-and-so guys get so-and-so touches. And, listen, they're featuring this guy. They're going to throw it to him. He's going to be the primary.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Still looking on the move. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. He's back to throw on 2nd down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. And the Tigers will line up to kick off and start the second half. Inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
This is a designed run. Looking for room at the 40. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
And right now they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man. And some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, two former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that, too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Collins. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down.
And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Bringing it back, it's Adams. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Coming after it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Using his legs, it's Durham. Strong run on a pickup of 5 out to the 15.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Back to throw, it's Collins. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Touchdown, Bama! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it.
LSU, 21.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Daniels. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Offense working from the pistol. They're going to run it to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and
he puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin them deep. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. They'll throw it on 1st down. Got a man, it's Williams. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. From the gun, the running back has it. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They go right back to him. Can't get him to the ground. Hold down after a pickup of 5, but they knock that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds his man, and they convert. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. On the move. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Alabama quickly back to the line. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown tie. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick.
And he breaks into the open. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, LSU. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Quarterback will keep it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Got the quick pass. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Looking to pass. It's Collins. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the DB right with him to knock it away. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deeper. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man, it's Daniels. Tackle is made after the first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Pressure coming. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Offense in an empty set. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Taylor. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the grab. It's Daniels. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is it. He unleashes a long one. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Quickly to the tight end. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10.
And listen, the QB gave everything he had, right? He tried to get the first down. He even laid out. He wasn't worried about getting whacked. He tried to get the first down. Good effort, but just comes up a little bit short.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but weren't going to let it happen there.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's got it. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. The ball goes out of bounds. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to go up top on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you